All right, race 7, Queen Elizabeth Stakes. Good race. All right, More Joy's the favourite, 240. American 380, Manigar 4, 10 Jimmy Choo, Kindled Interest 15, Secret Admirer 18, and 21 Rangy Ring Do.
I am filthy on myself. This was one of the best bets you could get for the Carnival. American to beat More Joy's head-to-head at $3 they were offering there yesterday, and I'm filthy I didn't get on that, particularly now he's paying $3.80 to win the whole race. I'm going to go with American. Slight query coming back from the 2400 to 2000, I guess. Has had the 21 days in between. He probably should have arguably won both races this campaign, and if he had have done, then I'm tipping he'd be...
I don't reckon he would have beaten Manigar in the Boom W.
You don't?
No.
Okay, well, there you go. I think he would have done, but either way, I think it would have been a lot closer.
For sure.
And, he's trained now in Australia, and we've seen with Manigar that they just got a little bit more toe when they're trained out here.
Where does he get to in the run from the draw?
Oh, look, it's the same as last time.
There's talk they want to ride him closer. He's got the winkers on.
Yeah.
I just can't see him getting in myself.
Well, I don't know, but look, Craig, from my point of view, if Craig Williams, even if he goes back to last, he takes off at the 1,000. It turns into a true staying test. There's only one horse that will beat him if he does that, and that's Manigar. So,
thoughts on More Joyce, 2,000 metres?
I don't think it's an issue. I think the problem is you've got two very good in-form stayers in the race.
I don't reckon she'll run it.
Don't you?
No.
I thought she went... look, that Cox Plate a couple of years ago, she ran her guts out and she was very...
They didn't fly in that. She was the first beaten.
By so you think.
Yeah, I understand that, but she finished that far in front of Aviennis.
Yeah, Aviennis is that horse, so she can show up. She's done that before, Aviennis, with a couple of horses.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't... I'm going to gamble she won't stay. I'd love to see her stay, right? And I'd love to see her in the Cox Plate in 6 months' time, but I think she's too brilliant.
Yeah, I agree. I think she's best over the 1600. That's her distance. Where did she get in the run, mate? What do you think?
She leads.
Do you think, or do you think Nash hands up and says, well, something...
Well, who's going to lead?
Well, but why would he want to lead? Why wouldn't you just go as slow as possible?
Well, then he can dictate. They're not going to take her on.
Well, I don't know.
I reckon she'll be there. Rangy probably goes forward if he runs. Look, I'm with Rekindled Interest at $15. I thought his run the George Ryder was super. Yeah, look, I could have something on him at $15. American Manigar, they're going to be very hard to beat. They're just top shelf stayers. Manigar is flying. American, he's not that far away from him. I think they're the two hardest to beat in the race. But yeah, just at the odds, I love the way he hit the line in the George Ryder. He ran third in the Cox Plate during the spring. I think $15 is attractive odds about Rekindled Interest.
Jimmy Choo, mate?
Not for me.
At his best, though?
Is he at his best? I don't know. Like I watched that run in New Zealand like it was just a run.
It was, wasn't it? There was excuses for him, but it's still...
What was the excuse?
Well, he had 61 kegs, and I think
I understand that.
Got a bit of a buffet or something.
Yeah, I just thought it was just a run.
So did I, and he had such a hard campaign last time, didn't he?
Got 59 here.
Yeah,
so
he may have had the wind taken out of his sails last campaign.
I don't know. I just want to see him. So,
anything else, mate? Secret of Morrow, 7-day backup. Only 2 Group 1 wins. Come on a 7-day backup. Give her a hope at all.
She disappointed me a little bit in Doncaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a terrible performance, but I expected a little bit more from her.
I think they pulled up a bit in the middle stages of that, Donny, didn't they? They just sort of put her out of play there. But anyway,
didn't stop the others coming from well back, mate, running past her.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Like Happy Trails.
Happy Trails.
The great Happy Trails.
All right, so who are you going? What did you say? Rekindled Interest at the $15?
Rekindled Interest.
Yep.
But massive respect for the top two and query the mare running the trip.
Okay. I'm just going to go American. I'm going to take him in a few doubles. You can get a little bit better than that 360 around town as well. Yep.
Hallmark Stakes is the last race of the day, over 1,200 metres. Open set weights with penalties. What are you doing?
I think Nobby Snip's pretty badly weighted.
Yep, I agree with
on
that.
this scale. You
I think
know?
the toppies are well in. The horses like Noosan and Pinwheel.
Yeah, Pinwheel's. He went pretty good there first up, didn't he?
He went all right. Yeah, he went all right.
He's probably the one I want to be on, but there's a lot of horses in this race that are out of form that have a habit of coming back into form with just one run.
I reckon he's the best bet of the day, Pinwheel.
There you go.
There you go.
You fired a shot.
Well,
you can take over, mate, because I'm not over that confident.
Look, I just think I thought his run in the Sebring was excellent. Step up to 1200 is a plus.
Yep.
He's yet to win at Randwick, but he's always thereabouts. He's got a great record over 1200. He's got excellent second up stats, and I think, as I said, him and Noosan are the best weighted horses here. They're normally, well, he carried 59 in the Sebring. Zaratone had 54. Master of Design had 56, and he's finished right behind Master of Design and only 2.7 behind Zaratone, who gave him a bit of a belting that day.
Yeah,
he was doing his best work the last 50 metres. Yeah, good alley here, gets a suck run.
Yeah,
I think, as you said, Nobby Snip's got 57. He's only getting 1.5 off a horse like this. No thanks. I just think he's beautifully weighted and beautifully placed, and I think he can win.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I've got nothing to add to that, mate, because I couldn't agree with you.
More. All right, that's it.
Yep, we've got a best bet, obviously Pinwheel.
Yeah, Pinwheel for me, and efficient each way in the Sydney Cup.
Yeah, efficient each way. I don't. Look, obviously those shorties that I mentioned, you could stack them all up, but the Exacta Fat Owl over Iggy Pop, I think, is a very good bet.
All right, now Asterix in Friday night at Wentworth Park, and I'm tipping.
Oh, good, there you go.
It's got box 2, a 3's wide runner. She should lead the red, gets down to the fence. That's when you see the best out of her. I think she's beautifully boxed on Friday night. I think she'll be very, very hard to beat.
There we go. We can have a bet. We get something early for Saturday.
Yep.
Give it all back.
Fill up on Friday night.
All right, beautiful.
All right, that's it.
Yeah.
Short and sweet.
Good day, though. Cracking day.
Yep.
You know what we've got on Saturday? We've got a horse that won a Melbourne Cup 5 years ago coming back. We've got a mare trying to complete a double that no mare's ever done. We've got Atlantic Jewel, like for all the reasons you said. It's
over in Adelaide. You've got
7 minutes. Was it 8 minutes after?
8 minutes after the Queen Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth.
That black mare goes around with the brown mare.
The fish.
What's the name?
The fish eggs.
Fish eggs. Black fish eggs. All right. That's it. We'll be back next week to cover Hawkesbury, which is going to be another great day. Hawkesbury Guineas Day next Saturday. Look forward to that. Good luck and hope you're back plenty of winners on the weekend.